Hi, I'm Shawn Michael Foley, one of your 2016 Mayesh Design Stars. Welcome to December. First off, I want to start by saying thank you for such an amazing year. Being one of your Mayesh Design Stars was truly a humbling and awesome experience. I cannot thank you enough for voting for me and getting me to this position. Now let's get to the subject at hand. What are we going to make for December? So I decided, coming from Wisconsin, of course, I think of the cold, frigid temperatures. And instead of doing reds and whites and greens for Christmas, when I think cold, I think blue and purple. So we're going to work with some beautiful different hybrid delphiniums, volkerfrieden, larkspurs, and I'm going to show you how to make an amazing wreath out of some little scrap that you have lying around. All right, let's go to the workroom and let's get started. Now we're going to do a super simple technique here. This is a class that I used to offer a lot when I had my shop back in Wisconsin before I moved down to Alabama. And what we would do is we would take just this simple, ugly old wreath form. Everybody has one kicking around that has seen better days. And we just simply add fresh to it and create a beautiful new wreath out of it. Super, super simple. So here's all you do. I went ahead and pre-cut all of my different greeneries. I've got some beautiful magnolia here. Beautiful chocolate brown in that. I have some white pine as well. And of course I have some cedar, which is one of my favorites. Great fragrance, lasts very long, nice waxy kind of texture to it. So just some very basic pine greens here and Christmas greens all around. So all we have to do for this, go ahead and just take 2 or 3 pieces of whatever greenery you want, take 2 pieces of the existing silk wreath, and just twist it like a twist tie. Simple as that. So we're just going to repeat this now about 100 more times, give or take, to complete our fresh look. So make sure while you're adding your foliage to your wreath that you do it all in the same way so it spirals. That's going to give you the most professional end result. You can always add other greenery such as salal, or if you're into it, you can add leather leaf. Anything that's a long-lasting greenery that doesn't require a water source will work great with this technique. What I love most about Mayesh's different foliages is they're always so fresh. With their magnolia especially, it really has this beautiful velvety brown to it. And what I like about that is a lot of magnolia that you would go trim yourself just doesn't have that beautiful leathery finish to it. So it really does make a difference buying a premium green than always just going to cut it down. Now I've just finished up my wreath. Now as you can see, that was a super quick and easy way to dress up an old wreath, turning it into something fresh and beautiful and sellable. Now we're going to take a little break from this and we're going to focus on the centerpiece that goes in the middle. Now we're going to do the centerpiece portion of this wreath. Now here's a little quick tip for you if you do any sort of holiday rentals or vase rentals. Instead of just doing the foam right in the container or using fresh water, use a cylinder vase with Oasis foam in it. And I'm going to show you a quick cover up just in case they do take the flowers out and want to take them home. So just start with some ribbon. This is just a simple floral satin, nothing fancy because it's really not going to be seen. And then just a few little dashes of U-glu, tried and true. Personal favorite of mine. I know it's a good industry favorite. I love U-glu. So we're just going to start and put a little dash at the bottom. We'll put one midway. And one at the top. Now, as most of you know, U-glu will hold a lot of product, but do try to not get it wet, because once it is wet, it does lose its adhesion. Now, I'm just using a purple because I feel it'll mask well in the blue. You can use whatever color is appropriate for you. Now, just simply start by placing it on the U-glu directly, and you're just going to spin your vase and work your way up. Now don't worry if it's a little bit buckled and wrinkled. This isn't meant to be super, super pretty. It's just a means of covering your foam. So if your client takes this out and the rental goes back to you, they won't just have a vase full of Oasis foam staring them down. Okay, I made it to the top. Now we're just going to cut off about 9 or 10 inches of slack grab one more piece of U-glue, and then just wrap this around, and then we will just U-glue the end back to the ribbon itself. And there you go. And now it's perfect and ready to go. And then this will fit right into our vase rental, where we can now design our flowers. All right, we've got some beautiful floral product here to go into our centerpiece. I have some beautiful, beautiful volkerfrieden delphinium. Volkerfrieden, I think, is one of my favorites because it has this almost electric blue with tips of indigo in it. Just a punch of awesome color. And over here, we just have some wonderful natural on-the-stem raspberries for a little bit of fun texture. Some gorgeous blue anemone. And some antique blue hydrangea, or Dutch hydrangea. We're going to start with our hydrangea. I cut the florets into pieces right at the stem. And then I take a little piece of pipe cleaner or chenille stem. And what you do with this, go ahead and hairpin it like so. Give it a quick little snip, because as you know, hydrangea loves to clog. And then just put it right into your foam cylinder that we already made. Now what this does is hydrangea loves to jump out of foam. It just, for some reason, they have problems. So what this does is this just grabs into that foam, and as you can see, it's in there. It's not going to go anywhere. This will prevent that for you and save a lot of headaches. So we'll give this a little collar of hydrangea. All right, and then we have our collar started. Now from here, we're going to add our delphinium. We're just going to do a nice tall design for this. Little snip. And as you know, delphinium's a very friendly flower. It does not like to leave its friends. They always hold hands. Makes it a little hard to get it apart, but not impossible. And if you have one or two like rough little blooms, just pluck them off. Nobody has to know. And now we're going to pack this out with our delphinium. All right, I finished placing my delphinium. As you can see, we just have a nice vertical phoenix coming out of this little collar here, the hydrangea. And we're just going to add a little bit of interest down at the base, so there's a little bit of something to catch your eye other than just some flowers poking out. So we're going to take, again, our raspberries here. And some raspberries just need to be plucked off a little bit. Cut those down. I'm just going to add a little bit down here at the base. Just to add a little touch of something interesting. So I have this fun little area of interest here with the raspberries. Now I'm going to pop in a couple of these blue anemone just to add a little extra focal emphasis right here. All right, and there you have it. That's the large centerpiece to go in our wreath here. And then we're going to make a few more companion pieces to go with it. So this isn't where the show stops. So we're going to go ahead and make those, and then we're going to go next door and set this up for the full party. As you see, we have our wreath fully in place, and then we have our centerpiece that we made as well in the workroom. Now to this, for the installation, I'm going to add a couple little more things. I have a smaller vase of blue anemone. Can never go wrong with that. And then I added, just to lighten it up, this tiny little vase. It was just a few of the berries, some of the whiter anemone, a couple of soft roses, just to kind of give a little bit more lightness to all of it. So that is your simple centerpiece, but of course we can't just stop there. So if this were a real party, we would of course have to have a bigger centerpiece and a few other accent pieces. So that's what we've created over here with our birch wreath. I just simply did a nice phoenix design of all different purple, white larkspur, blue delphinium, hybrid delphinium, volkerfrieden delphinium, and one of my new favorites, directly from Mayesh, which I've never seen before and I'm very excited about, chocolate Queen Anne's lace. I love it. Comes in all different tones right in the same bunch. It's a beautiful mix. It really helps bring in a touch of that brown, a touch of the purple, of course the burgundy, ties it all in together. I absolutely love it. And then just a little bit of our Christmas greens here of the cedar, just adds all of that back in. And as you can see over here, we just have another repeat collection, just a little bit different, but the same idea, with a couple of candles placed around for a little bit of mood lighting. And there you have it. That's our December Christmas party.